Okay, cool. So I'm going to take you through Teamwork. Teamwork's the tool that we use pretty much across most areas of the business. Really robust, really versatile tool, quite customizable for us, so we find it works. To kind of start with, go to teamwork.com, log in to your Gmail account, it'll be your Line Digital Gmail account. Wait for that to load. Cool. Click the top one, and that'll take you to a list of all the projects. So a project is a client. So you can see these are all the clients that we have. We've got Craft Online, Ambient Lounge, American Beauty, for example. I've got all the projects. You can click into a project. Each project is split by their month, the month being the task list. So you can see here you've got June, July, August. So basically what's coming up. We can assign it to a person. So again, it will have the list of everybody in the team, start date, due date. A lot of the time, the tasks will come from the action plan. So when we onboard a client, we'll generally scope out 3 months worth. So we'll scope out 3 months, get approval, we'll put it in here, and then we'll start allocating time out. So generally, kind of for anybody using it, you can obviously navigate straight to the project itself. If you're looking for a set of tasks, you can always search for the project as well. It's different things you can search for. You can actually search for the project, the task, the person, etc. The home, which is something you'll use quite often. So within each task, we will put a comment. So generally, we'll assign the task. If it's ready for approval or check-in, we'll put a comment and we'll say kind of, please QA this, please get this out. And then, yeah, that generally just creates a bit of a chain. So you can see here, I've got 31 unread comments. So I can kind of go into analyze key priorities, which is the task. And you can see that we're having discussions, Chris, Arnold, Nick, and Vanessa, they're all having a chat about this. For the most part, if you've been assigned a task and you do it, once you've done it, if you could just tag in here to say, look, this has been done now. So for example, this is, sorry, task complete, good to send out, good to send out. Please try and get into the frame of mind of when anything does go out, just to add a tag waiting on client, so we know. We're currently going through all the tests and just making sure that everything's tagged up correctly. But for the most part, the task, the due date, what the task is about, the name, and the comment. So this is really important, and this is generally how we kind of manage the workflow. So you do have the home, which is the comments, always come here. You can click here as well. It'll tell you if you've got any tasks that are late, anything due, anything upcoming. What I find quite helpful, so other than home, is to go into the calendar. So if you go into the calendar, you can see everything that's kind of that is due for that day or that week. You can click in it. Great. Oh, right, got to do that. Click in it. Start kind of going through the task, adding comments and so on and so forth. So you can kind of scope the week. Right now, what we're doing is trying to get better at taking the tasks and just breaking them up for everybody. So that's something we're currently working on. In terms of allocating time, so there's a few different ways to do this, and it is really important that for all the time that we spend on a task, that we allocate it to the correct client and the correct task. If you go into your profile here, so if you click on this and you can click on my task, and then you can go to time. Mine's probably not the best example at the minute because I'm up and down with being part-time, but generally what we need to see as billable, we'll adjust it, but the orange line typically would be it's 6.5 hours, so we need the green bar to at least be hitting 6.5 hours. Every time we put it every time we put time against a task, it goes into here and it gets aggregated up. So you can see, say for Monday, as a part-timer, I still put in quite a lot of hours. You can see obviously we're quite late, but what I would expect to see is, okay, from when you start, from say 9 o'clock to say half 5, 6, that there is a consistent structure with your timing. So from 9 till 10, 10 till half 10. So we can see obviously that, where you're kind of putting your time really helps us with resource. It really helps us to understand whether we are over servicing, under servicing clients as well. But you can always go into profile, my task, and double check that you've put the timing correctly and that we're hitting that orange line. A few different ways to add in tasks, to add in time against the task. So I'll probably go through in the order that you will probably do it. So you can do it from home. Again, if you're just responding to a task, you can click on it, respond to it. Maybe you spent 10, 15 minutes looking at it. You've got this little clock here. Click on it. Make sure that you put in the correct time and the correct amount of hours. So I'll put 9 o'clock, say, and maybe I was just spend 15 minutes responding to that query and I've had to look in. And I've just put responding to query or whatever it might be. All the caps there. So it might be something like you might have worked on a keyword mapping file, so you could just keyword mapping file. You could be redirect file. I tend to find just put something in here. You still get all the caps, but it helps. Even though we've got a task, you might be doing different things on that task. So just put a description. Doesn't have to be long. Doesn't have to be a sentence. Just 1 or 2 words, and that'll help. Click log time, and then that will put the time in there, so you can see it puts it here, and it'll add it to your profile as well. So just get rid of that. So you can do it from home if you're responding to comments. Go into the project itself. It's the same. So again, if you're in the task itself, you can click on that. Your little clock, again, say it brings up the same box, but again, you can do it within the project or you can do it from home. So that's more or less one way to do it. Another great way, which I would probably recommend as well, especially if maybe you've put some time for one client and another, but maybe you just hadn't had time to update teamwork, please try and update it by the end of the day, so at least we can keep up to date. But if you download the extension, I can click on the extension, click log time, and then I can access everything from here again. So Craft Online, start 9 o'clock, spent, again, go for the same thing, 15 minutes, keyword mapping file, if it was, add in the task even, so go through the task list, so whether it be June, July, whatever month you're in, July. So again, okay, FAQ schema. So I'll be say something like schema implementation, something like that. Yeah, something like that at least anyway. Again, log time, it'll do the same thing. So you've got you can do it in the project, you can do it in the extension. If you are looking to bulk add time, I'd suggest if you go into your profile, my time, if you click on this, if you come into the actual day itself and you can click log time there. So say if I'm doing reports, so say Dustin Boots, I spent, again, say half an hour on the report. Oh, new keyboard, sorry, still getting used to it. So report, Craft Online, did that report as well. 9:30. And you can just build it up that way. Then you can go to the actual task, find the report, and it will be in there. So okay, great report. Select task and do that. Log these time entries again. There is another way. There's this start timer anywhere that you are. You can click the start time and click the project and the task, and it'll start the timer. A lot of people don't really use this way. You can if you think that you can keep on top of it, but essentially you've got to be able to stop and start your time every time you move on a task. I personally found that's never really worked for me. Doing the task first, then adding the time, I just find that I'm a bit more accurate. You can, if for whatever reason, if you want to make any changes, if you go to my tasks and time, click into that. Again, you can edit your time. So actually, yeah, I was wrong. Something I did miss actually, if it is that you're spending time on clients, make sure that it's clicked billable or non-billable when you put it in. Again, you can go back if it is that you made a mistake. So for example, if this was billable, I can literally just click billable there and it'll put billable. So every time you put time against a task, you will always be able to see it in this view. So yeah, I think that's about it. So you've got your profile, calendar, and home, and then the projects. As we assign tasks to you, you will see it here, and you'll also get an email notification. Do let me know if you have any questions. But yeah, I'll leave that with you.